Really wanted to know more about the Norn Queen. The Norn Queen is. I've looked her up on Lexicanum in the Warhammer wiki, and there's only a couple paragraphs, a couple pictures. But if you do other searches, you just get results for the Norn Emissary, which is not the Norn Queen. And oops, I need to build something here. And like I don't know, just a very interesting figure to me, because on one it said that she is self-aware, and on the other um, wiki or whatever, it says that she is. It doesn't specify. I'll say it. It does. She doesn't specify. So, like, I don't know. I feel like it would be much more interesting if she was not self-aware on her own. Oops, I don't want to go. Am I going to this one? Yeah, I queued that one. Good. Okay. It would be much more interesting to me if she was not self-aware on her own, but instead gave the illusion of being self-aware, or is self-aware because of all of the Tyranid life forms that communicate to her. And that kind of it begs the question then, at what point does the illusion of self-awareness become self-awareness? And to me, this sort of question, this kind of nebulous, you can talk about it question, is much more interesting than, oh, she's self-aware, oh, she's not self-aware, you know, question answered, done, move on. It it's interesting to me because then you can make arguments and talk about how, you know, if you kill an individual Tyranid life form, like say a Ravener, who by itself does not have synapse, um, does that harm the Norn Queen's overall intelligence? And I feel like there's an analogy there where you could say yes, it does, similar to how, like, if you destroy a neuron in the human brain, does that reduce the amount of communication that's going on in the human brain? And I mean, it's just, to me, it's super interesting. Um, the one that says she is self-aware and just leaves it at that, it's kind of like, well, tell me more. Why is she self-aware versus something else other than she's a more advanced life form? And I feel like thinking about her as like an information distributor of sorts, as a like all the information from the individual Tyranid life forms that communicate with each other, going to her, and then her being able to direct and act upon all of the different information that they are providing, is much more interesting. What are we fighting here? Sorcerer Lord. So this will be Thousand Suns slash Zinch, looks like. Let's see. What are you gonna do? Or no, 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 no. Sorcerer Lord. Actually, I'm not sure because I think he has the Bedlam staff normally, and he will kill my Gene Stealers. Yes, he did. Okay. So let's do this. Let's see where he's going to go. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to put them there and burrow them. So let's see. I'm getting a little bit of a rush here. Interesting. I haven't been spending my requisition like I should. So let's see. Are we almost tier 2? Yes, we are. Let's build a brood spire here. And we'll build another point here. They really got aggressive with me here. Let's see if we can kill him. No, half-life, half-life, half damage. Burrow, 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 burrow. Stay there. Don't do nothing. Are they going to get him? They're shooting him anyway. Will we make it? push them off. Looks like they're going away. That works for me. For now. You guys go away from there. Let's come over here. This is actually turning out to be a decent game. I was really expecting to just destroy everything, but they're being aggressive early. That's exciting. That's interesting. So the Norn Queen. I do Xenotype Broodwomb. They're really aggressive early. That's awesome. That's actually really good. Tyranids a lot of times. Oops, let's kill you. So anyway, I feel like the Norn Queen is kind of like a bee queen, like a human, like not a human, an Earth queen, in that she is oh, they're infiltrated. Let's get pop some lictors out here. We'll just do that too. She's like a bee queen in that. Okay, so here's a trick I want to do with these guys. If you jump them, they'll actually still do the knockback. Do you see that? Even though now it didn't really stop the enemy, but we can then burrow them. The enemy's still around here, and as long as the burrow gets done, we can then unburrow them and kill them. And did they get it? They did not get it. I was able to stop them, even though I couldn't detect them. Anyway, we're gonna switch them to ranged. Oh, and we have our warriors. Good. Let's take this point out. So I feel like she's kind of like a. Did I build a? I don't think I built a tier 2. I've been building Xenotype Broodwombs the last couple of games while this has either become jittery or failed. So this is actually my 3rd time playing Tyranids here, and I've gone Xenotypes. Burrow. Hide. Good. Okay. We're gonna draw you over here. You gonna come back? No. Okay, we're gonna unburrow. We'll use them to decap. Not done yet. Okay. We built our lictors, but we didn't end up needing them. That's my phone, not yours, so don't worry about it. What was I saying? Oh, I did build a Xenotype Broodwomb. Oh well, let's go tier 3. Ooh, what do we have there? You should be able to handle them. We don't need to cap, we just need to decap. We're gonna come over this way. So a bee queen. I feel like she would be kind of like a bee queen in that she's in that she's basically a gene sorting machine. When Tyranids consume a planet, they get all the biomass. Are you stuck there? What's going on here? They get all the biomass, which to me, I mean, becomes genetic material. And that genetic material then gets tested for fitness, right? Would be how it basically works, in my opinion. And so the more genetic material on, I'm going to go with the Screamer Killers. The more genetic material on a particular planet, the more successful it has been would be mine and probably most people's assumptions. And so when you pop out now, okay. And so when you have more genetic material on a planet, it's already kind of been tested for fitness, and that's communicated to the queen when we need another Gaunt Hive to increase our pop cap here. That's communicated to the queen Do I have a lictor anywhere? Did I lose all my lictors? I did. Oh well. Just by virtue that there is more genetic information, and so it's already been tested for fitness. And so, you know, she kind of sorts through that and says, hey, you know, this stuff is most prevalent on this planet, so it's probably the fittest. Let's see what happens. And so that kind of explains how the different splinter fleets are better at different things, because you guys should not be out front. You know, they've been exposed to different things. And so whatever, you know, if a splinter fleet is exposed to mostly chaos stuff, it makes sense that a lot of the genetic information, if chaos indeed has genetic information, so to speak. I don't know, can Tyranids eat chaos enemies? Do they have genes? I don't know. Ooh, chugging the computer a little bit. Can't do that. Gotta back up a little bit. Too close. You know, there are multiple tests for fitness in that the strong Tyranids survive and become part of the basics of the Splinter Fleet. And oops, I'm not. Let's do the Capillary Tower. And then we can do another Xenotype Brood Womb. Not yet. Not yet. And like that would be. Oops, let's spend some requisition here. Raveners, you should be in stand ground because you are ranged now. You come forward. I don't know. That would just be more interesting to me if that's kind of how it worked. Is they were sorting. If they were self-aware, it's only because. Let's bring you over here. It's all the Tyranids talking to her and giving her information, and so she's reacting to the information on a higher level than. What are you? Oh, yeah, you're doing fine. A higher level because of all the information coming. She works like a bee in that she's mostly laying eggs and picking genetic information to include in her later iterations of the brood, that different splinter fleets are more powerful or better at certain things simply because they were exposed to them more often. And so, you know, it's an evolving sort of thing, as opposed to you come over here and just do a decap here for me. It's a naturally evolving sort of thing, as opposed to some sort of singular consciousness. I believe it should be a collective consciousness that might give the appearance of a singular consciousness, but is in fact not a true singular consciousness. Oops, I got some guys over here just sitting around. So let's do some things here. That's more interesting to me. It's foreign, it's different, it's alien, and if nothing else, the Tyranids are completely alien. The idea that you have multiple life forms working together like this, in this sort of being able to do just about anything. I mean, it seems like it understands a lot of how to fight when it's working together. And, you know, when you get Tyranids that are cut off from the hive mind, they kind of lose that ability to coordinate. And, you know, there are certainly exceptions. Lictors, for example, are known to operate independently and be able to, you know, be certain places for long periods of time undetected and, you know, be successful in their hunting. But I don't know. It's just interesting faction, and interesting how things work out with them, and very fun thought experiment. I mean, we're dealing into stuff like what is intelligence, what is self-awareness, what is, you know, the big questions in humanity. And, you know, individually a Tyranid is an animal, but if you put them all together, you end up with something like a Norn Queen that acts like a self-aware consciousness. At what point is it a self-aware consciousness? Uh, you know, interesting questions. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about here today. I would say this is maybe interesting gameplay. I wouldn't really call it good gameplay. I mean, I've definitely floated all over the place today. But, I mean, shoot, I really hope I remember to press record. I guess I'll find out here in a minute. Oh, let's get him. Old One Eye. He's actually interesting. I don't know if you know about Old One Eye. Old One Eye is a Carnifex that continually crops up in different areas. And if you know anything about Tyranids, when they invade a planet, consume the planet, and then move on, everything, even the Tyranid life forms, jump into the digestion pool, one of these guys, and then gets sent to the Hive Fleet, and then they invade another planet and rebuild everything. You know, gene stealers are usually there beforehand, not always, but to weaken the planet. Then the invasion occurs. The shadow of the warp goes over the planet, and so it no longer communicates with the rest of the Imperium, or whatever they're attacking, Eldar, Necron, whatever. And then the invasion starts to happen. Things rain down from the sky. Like, so much is going on that leads up to it. But Old One Eye crops up in different areas repeatedly, and we know it's the same. We think it's the same sort of singular Carnifex that crops up because he was burnt at one point by a plasma blast on his right side there, it looks like. And so he only has the one eye. That's why they call him Old One Eye. And he keeps cropping up on different planets, even though he would have been digested by one of the pools like everything else on the planet. So interesting, unique sort of Tyranid, but not unique because, again, jumps in the digestion pool if able. He'd been damaged and then frozen, actually, on a planet, and he was thawed and came back to life. And he has some sort of genetic abnormality that causes him to regenerate most wounds very quickly. And interesting character. I say character. Interesting life form. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed me talking about life, Tyranids, intelligence, what they are, how they think. The Norn Queen, especially interesting, also an interesting character, he said in quotation marks. And if you like this, let me know. Or if you know something about where I can find more information on the Norn Queen, I'm gonna get on Amazon and see if I can find some of the citations from Lexicanum. See if I can get the actual books themselves. Why didn't I kill everything? I don't know. I'm just gonna do a random attack move here, and they've got to have some sort of something or other somewhere. Let's see. Maybe I need a detector. Let's go there. Just right-click stuff. We've got plenty. of power or requisition, and I think the problem is I wasn't decapping like I should, like I'm supposed to. I'm just moving around in attack. Did they really just come and like build everything? Oh, here we go. Okay, we got some things. So yeah, Norn Queen as a bee queen, not a true intelligence, but gives the appearance of it, and then begging the question, what is true intelligence? Which is kind of an interesting thought experiment. Genetic sorting, I covered that. I don't really have a script so much as an outline of what I want to talk about, and then I just go with it. Usually, Dawn of War crashes a couple times while I'm doing it, or it doesn't record right or something, and so I end up doing this a couple times, and you get to see the evolution of my Tyranid TED Talk. So anyway, hope to see you next time.